You the roll. Yeah. Charlie, welcome to Full Access. Reginald, I'm here today. We know they can't waste time. I sat down, I thought about this, and I'm here to dish it out to you guys. I'm going to try my possible best to give you guys hot as I can. But if you come too hot, then it not be my fault. You for blame the heat at the feel for inside. Anyways, we live in a country where sometimes, just sometimes, we rank artists according to tiers. We have tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, or we have A-list, B-list, and C-list artists, right? But in this country, you go even go on the streets and you go even ask people that for this country inside who be like one of A-list artists, and then they'll openly and they'll confidently tell you that our A-list artists or our number one artist in the country right now is Black Sherif. But according to statistics from sound charts and then charts metrics, the top 5 artists in this country, our A-list artist happens to be the number 5. And our A-list artist is not even part of like the top 3, which it be very, very some way for me. But there are certain reasons backing this, and I'm going to flesh it out for you guys. I'm going to break it down for you guys. Now, according to sound charts and then charts metrics, the number 1 like most streamed artist in this country right now happens to be Amare, right? Someone will be like, but Amare, what she do? And then she did number 1. But you they lie. If you go talk the same for somewhere, then go laugh you. Amare seems to have cracked the code, or Amare seems to have found what works for her, and then she's consistently doing it. Amare released Fountain Baby, her album last year, and then this year she released, I think, a deluxe version of it. The name be plenty, but I know they won't even go there. It was like a month ago or a month and some weeks ago. And right now, Amare day number 1. He go even did it and ask your body, say, but Amare, we can't people then streaming music. You they lie. Even on, according to statistics also, it also says that Amare's primary market, right, happens to be like the US or something. Her secondary market happens to be Nigeria, but you they lie. Amare in primary and secondary markets all be up. And then be only a small fraction of the people for here with and they take Amare in. But that's besides the point. Amare did number 1 for a specific reason. She's just found what is working for her, and she's doing it. She's not even like looking at anybody. She's not even like listening to anyone. She's just doing what works for her. Number 2 on this chart, you people will be surprised, but then number 2 be Olive the Boy. Last year, half-year reports, or for like the first 6 months, half-year reports, according to the same statistics from sound charts and then charts metrics, Olive the Boy happened to be the most streamed Ghanaian artist. According to like statistics, the first 6 months of the year last year, Olive the Boy happened to be the most streamed Ghanaian artist. And Olive the Boy, because this guy released Havana EP last year, and he had songs like Good Sin, which actually catapulted him, landed him a record deal with Sony and all of that. This year, he released a deluxe version of that EP, and he had another banger on it, Good Sin 2.0, which happens to be Asylum. Now, Asylum did the madness that it did, but it didn't end there. Olive the Boy hopped on Kim Promise's favorite story featuring FulLCircl.Africa, and he had the last verse. And you go ask your body, say, but how Kim Promise and those people actually allow this boy do this madness on Kim Promise in song? And when the song was released and then the video came out and all of that, everyone was talking about Olive the Boy's verse. They weren't talking about FulLCircl.'s verse or Kim Promise's verse. It was strictly Olive the Boy. It was very, very crazy. And then also, number 3 is Kim Promise. I mean, it's obvious that Kim Promise has to be the number 3 because I think 2 months ago or 3 months ago, a couple of months leading towards the VGMA, a couple of weeks leading towards the VGMA, Kim Promise was literally in the faces of people because this guy was going toe-to-toe with Stonebwoy. They were going back and forth. They were going back and forth, mainly because of the Artist of the Year like award and all of that. That was Kim Promise. And not so long after, I think after the awards, a week after or 2 weeks after, Kim Promise released True to Self, which happens to be an album that has a lot of features. The album was very, very crisp. If you've not listened to it, you should listen to it because Kim Promise was literally in his bag on there. He was doing Kim Promise things. Aside the songs with dance challenges and all of that, you listen to this album, listen to a song like Mado, and you hear what Guilty Beats and Kim Promise cooked on there, and you're like, bro, it makes sense that this guy is number 3. And then number 4 happens to be FulLCircl.Africa, none other than FulLCircl.Africa. A couple of weeks ago, I was sitting here and I was bashing FulLCircl.Africa for some CGI malfunctions, some CGI errors in the video he released off of his EP Championship. which was cool. But Sarkodie is number 4 because of a few reasons. Now, on this EP that Sarkodie released, or let's say this year, Sarkodie has not really done much, but he's done much. I don't know if you bob, but you go bob. Sarkodie released Championship, and then on Championship, he featured B-Strap, he featured Slim Kid. Now, these two artists they form part of the handful of emerging artists who are coming out of Ghana that people have actually sat down to be like, Charlie, these boys be hard. Make we actually take them in. Pause. Yidi Bob. Featuring Slim Kid, featuring B-Strap, it gives Sarkodie some sort of mileage in a sense that people who fuck with these people's music will in turn start listening to Sarkodie and they'll be like, oh yeah, Charlie Landlord, 10 years in a game or over a decade in a game, and he still has it. Yidi Bob. And not so long ago, Sarkodie hopped on the Hennessy Cypher. The Hennessy Cypher, we the wait. Hopped on the Hennessy Cypher with Maglera Doughboy, with Calligraph Jones, with Ladipo, with Didi, with Long Lunya, and he did what he did there. He fought Wio on a hand. But aside that, as he fought Wio on a hand, he gave him some sort of talkability. Then they talk about Sarkodie and all of that. And then quite recently to the X video, people were talking about it. And then, bro, number 5, bro, Black Sherif. Black Sherif because, bro, this guy literally released an album in 2022, The Villain I Never Was, amidst like all the speculations amongst Black Sherif and then his then management and all of that. He released The Villain I Never Was. And the album basically starts with a homeless song, bro. You listen to this album, you're like, bro, how can someone who is like 20 years or 21 years at that time come up with a beautiful body of work like this? The body of work was so rich to the extent that it defied all odds. Black Sherif literally just stood tall as the new kid in the game and the new kid on top of the mountain. That was Black Sherif at that point in time. And he defied all odds in a sense that even me, he even like beat my mind because I was like, this guy, okay, if he come, obviously you go drop EP, like how people they do. You drop EP and then you drop an album. And this guy was like, nah, fuck that. An album on you guys, your heads, and then he just took him wherever he went to. This guy was getting nominations and all of that. But then 2 years down the line, Black Sherif hasn't released an album again, and then it's got me asking if this guy is even going to be able to outdo himself like he did in like 2 years ago. Because 2 years ago, you released an album, it did well in 2022. 2023, you didn't release anything. You gave us a Somuje EP at the end of the year with Yaya Keke and then Simmer Down. I'm saying Somuje because I'm pretty sure he felt the heat that Charlie are not released in a very, very long time. And the top of mind are the build for people, the top of mind they go. So Somuje, making people take this 2-track EP. And I'm pretty sure he felt the heat. That'd be why this year he released January 9th, he released Shut Up, he released Kilos Milos, and then he released Zero featuring Mabel. And he's released like features with Small God and those people like that. It'd be cool. But the main thing we are talking about is, like Blacko. Even like this first 5 people, you being a number 5, it doesn't cut it. It's just because, bro, we don't really get options like that. So that'd be why you did number 5. I'm not going to lie. That'd be why you did a number 5 there. And people will be like, Black Sherif not they release music. He's just doing fashion. It'd be cool. But then right now, it goes beyond that because if you do music and you constantly they record, you need to let people in on what you do. I'm not saying constantly tell them what you're doing, but bro, tease it. Let people in on what you do. Who are you locked in with? Like basic, like small things. You about bits and pieces of things, other than you coming and then forming this whole mystique aura about you and expect people to decipher these things and expect people to like break these things down. Black Sherif has got into modeling for the past few years, right? And I can tell you for a fact that Black Sherif in songs he did release, the modeling wouldn't even cut it. When I say the modeling wouldn't even cut it, bro, if your song is being played at the Paris like Fashion Week, or maybe like the Louis Vuitton Spring Summer Rhyme show that Pharrell just did, if your song is being played there, it means you've made it. And I'm sure for quite recently they were playing Adekunle Gold's music at one of the fashion shows. I'm sure for a fact that they are not going to play Wunicha Sedemin to Sebi or any of Blacko's songs at these fashion weeks. I don't care who is doing the pitching. Even if they do the pitching, say, bro, the songs are not good enough to be played on runways for people to walk to. Like Blacko, let me know feel like you just released a body of work two years ago, and 2 years down the line, you've not come with it. Right now, music is moving at a faster pace. He promised release an album, I think a month ago. But right now, if you ask people even they forget say Kim promised release album, and you released 2 years ago. And last year you give us like Somuje with Yaya Keke and then Simmer Down, thinking that people will still have that top of mind. Nigga, like we are having a top of mind for you because we don't get options, and I'm saying it again. Options no dey, but if options dey, number 5 ofita, like you know go day monk. Like you need to really get your shit together. You need to like lock in properly. You need to make people see say yeah, Charlie, I'm the A-list or I'm the number 1 when it comes to Ghana for a reason. But you've got me like sitting here looking at all these statistics from sound charts and then charts metrics, and I'm like, but why Blacko did there? I can even make a case that certain people should be there even before Blacko. But yeah, because we don't even get to this thing. But it's all good, Charlie. This is my little think piece on this whole thing. If you really disagree with me, you go see me for the streets inside, make we throw fist up. But if you see me and you feel like you can't, just keep quiet. Follow us on our socials. Follow me on my socials at Reginald__Amar. But until then, we are. Go figure.